Herbert.
Carry on, Pip, carry on.
And so, if I could buy some new furniture and perhaps one or two other little things, I think I could be quite at home at Barnard's Inn.
Do it. I knew you'd get on. How much do you want?
£20?
Wemmick! Well, Pip, I should say you were at home.
Herbert,
Yes,
we've done very badly.
very badly.
Thank heaven for my birthday. Good morning, Mr. Pip.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Pip.
Good morning. Congratulations, Mr. Pip.
Thank you, Mr. Wemmick.
Come in. Mr. Pip, sir.
Come in. 21, eh, Pip? I must call you Mr. Pip today. Congratulations, Mr. Pip.
Thank you, Mr. Jaggers.
Sit down. Now, my young friend, I'm going to have a word with you.
If you please, sir.
What do you suppose you are living at the rate of?
At the rate of, Mr. Jaggers?
The rate of.
I'm afraid I'm unable to answer.
I thought so. Now, I've asked you a question, my friend. Have you anything to ask me?
Oh, well, of course it would be a great relief to ask you several questions, Mr. Jaggers, if it were not forbidden.
Ask one.
Is my benefactor to be made known to me today?
No, ask another.
Well, I was just wondering if I had anything to receive.
I thought we should come to that. Wemmick! Mr. Pip, you have been spending pretty freely of late, and you're in debt, of course.
I'm afraid I must say yes, sir.
You know you must say yes, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Wemmick, hand Mr. Pip that piece of paper. Now, unfold it and tell me what it is.
This is a banknote for £500.
That is a banknote for £500. And at the rate of that handsome sum of money per annum, and at no higher rate, you are to live until your benefactor appears.
Will it still be years hence, Mr. Jaggers?
When that person discloses, you and that person will settle your own affairs. My part in the business will cease. That's all I have to say. Wemmick, show Mr. Pip out.
Thank you, Mr. Jaggers.
My dear Mr. Pip, Mr. Gargery is going to London and will be glad if you are agreeable to be allowed to see you. He will call Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. We talk of you in the kitchen every night and wonder what you are saying and doing. No more, dear Mr. Pip, from your ever obliged and affectionate servant, Biddy.
As I watched Joe that Tuesday morning, dressed grotesquely in a new suit, let me confess that if I could have kept him away by paying money, I certainly would have paid money. In trying to become a gentleman, I had succeeded in becoming a snob. Joe. How are you, Joe?
Pip. How are you, Pip?
Come in, Joe. Well, Joe, I am glad to see you.
Pip, dear old chap, you've growed and you've swelled, and you gentlefolk has to be sure you're an honour to your king and country.
And you, Joe, look wonderfully well. Give me your hat. Oh, Herbert, this is Mr. Joe Gargery. Joe, Mr. Herbert Pocket.
How do you do, Mr. Gargery?
Your servant, sir.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you kindly, sir.
Will you take tea or coffee, Mr. Gargery?
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. I'll take whichever is most agreeable to yourself.
What do you say to coffee?
Thank you kindly, sir. Since you are so good as to make choice of coffee, I'll not run contrary to your opinions. But don't you find that rather heating?
Say tea, then. Pip, if Mr. Gargery will excuse me, I will go down to the porter's lodge to fetch the morning's letters.
Thank you kindly, sir. Us two being now alone, sir.
Joe, how can you call me sir?
Us two being now alone, Pip, I will mention what have led to me having the present honour. Miss Havisham have recently sent for me.
Miss Havisham, Joe?
Would you tell Mr. Pip, she said, that I wish to see him at once, for I have something most particular to disclose to him.
I see.
Well, I have now concluded, sir, and Pip, I wish you ever well and ever prospering to a greater and greater height.
But you're not going now, Joe.
Yes, I am.
Well, you'll be coming back to dinner.
Oh, no, Pip, old chap. You and me is not two figures to be together in London. I'm wrong in these clothes, Pip. I'm wrong out of the forge and out of the kitchen off the marshes.
But, Joe...
You won't find half so much fault with me if you think of me as Joe the blacksmith. And so, God bless you, dear old Pip, old chap. God bless you.
All that day, Joe's simple dignity filled me with reproach. And next morning I began the journey to our town, knowing that I should sleep that night at the forge. But as the miles went by, I became less convinced of this and invented reasons and excuses for not doing so.
Joe, Pip's here.
Oh, we didn't expect you, Pip.
Pip, your bed's not ready.
We thought for certain you'd be staying in the town.
You must stay in the town.
Gentlemen, always stay at the Blue Boar.
Blue Boar, Rochester!
All other swindlers upon earth are nothing to the self-swindlers. And with such pretenses did I cheat myself. Surely a curious thing.
Come in, Pip. How do you do?
How do you do, Miss Havisham?
You kiss my hand as if I were a queen. Well?
I thought that you were so kind as to wish to see me, Miss Havisham.
Well?
Stella.
Well, Pip?
Stella, this is an unexpected pleasure. I didn't think to find you here.
You two must have a lot to say to each other. Go out into the garden, both of you, and walk and talk together.
I must have been a strange little creature to hide and watch you fight that day. But I did, and I enjoyed it very much.
You rewarded me very much.
Did I?
Don't you remember?
I remember I entertained a great objection to your opponent. I took it ill that he should be brought here to pester me with his company.
He and I are great friends now.
Are you? I imagine that since your